The year 2011 didn't just give us movies, it gave us emotional journeys, unforgettable characters, and moments that stayed with us. Today, we're counting down the top 10 best movies of 2011, not just their box office success, but for the impact they made on us, the chills, the laugh, the tears, and the unforgettable moments that made us feel something. Rise of the Planet of Apes. At first glance, it looked like just another sci fi blockbuster until you meet Caesar. Seeing a character who starts as a laboratory animal, grow, think, feel, and learn speech in real time was astonishing. The moment when he finally speaks his first words hits deep. Not because it's flashy, but because it represents his awakening. The audience wasn't watching a monkey anymore. We were watching someone with emotion, frustration, and the desire to be understood. The movie didn't just reboot a franchise, it rediscovered empathy.
Caesar is home.
The Help, set against the backdrop of American South in the 1960s, this film gave a powerful voice to women who were rarely seen or heard. The relationship between Skeeter, Ebeline, and Minnie wasn't just interesting, it was emotionally charged. We watched them trade fear for courage, telling stories that were painful, honest, and necessary. This movie reminded us that ordinary people can make extraordinary changes, even in the face of social injustice.
Minnie!
Celia!
Minnie, hey, stop! Minnie!
Celia!
Minnie!
Hey,
I'm not here to hurt you. Girl.
Drive isn't a bombastic action film. It's controlled silence with an emotional heartbeat. With minimal dialogue, the audience lived inside the driver's solitude, his loneliness, and his rare moments of connection. There's a beauty in how the movie lets you feel more than hear, and how one quiet gesture can mean more than words, like a symphony of isolation and intensity stitched together with neon and synth. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. From the director who would late do Gone Girl, this is a cold, atmospheric thriller where the characters haunt you. Elizabeth Salander isn't just a hacker, she's a storm bottled inside a human body, damaged, fierce, brilliant, and unforgettable. The first time she turns anger into action, you feel it, not because it's violent, but because it's earned. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol. Forget explosion. The emotional weight in this film comes from the trust and sacrifice between the team members. Every time Ethan Hunt trusted someone with his life, we weren't just watching action, we were watching loyalty play out in real time. And who could forget the Burj Khalifa sequence? Seeing him scale the world's tallest building wasn't just adrenaline, it was a meditation on fear, courage, and choosing purpose over survival.
Will self-destruct in 5 seconds. Good luck, Ethan.
Thor. Before a hammer became a meme, Thor gave us a character arc that mattered. Prince to warrior, privileged to humanity. What makes Thor's journey great isn't the lightning, it's how he earns his worth. His mistakes weren't plot devices, they were steps in his emotional growth. And when he finally realizes that worthiness comes from choice, You don't just hear thunder, you feel it. Midnight in Paris. Writers, dreamers, and nostalgics all fell in love with this film. It's not a time travel story, it's a heart travel story. When Gil realizes the past isn't perfect, that every era romanticizes what they've lost, you feel the bittersweet sting of nostalgia, not just as a concept, but as a part of you. The Descendants. In an emotional, quiet way, this movie taught us about family, grief, forgiveness, and that sometimes the loudest realizations happens in moments without sound. George Clooney's performance wasn't grandstanding. It was gut level honesty. Seeing a father trying to rebuild trust with his daughter after loss was one of 2011's most profound human stories. Harry Potter and the Deadly Willows Part 2. This wasn't just a movie, it was a farewell. We saw fear, we saw hope, and we saw heroes choose things worth dying for. When Harry walks into the forest ready to sacrifice himself, the audience shared his fear, his resignation, and then his hope. It wasn't just the end of a story, it was the end of a generation. 2011 wasn't just about big blockbusters, it was about characters who stayed with us. From personal journeys to moral questions and emotional stakes, these films didn't just entertain, they changed the way we think and feel. Which of these movies left the biggest impact on you? Comment below. This is Deck of Discoveries, where stories behind the story matters.